What's up, Yankees Nation? Buckle up, because today's ride through the Bronx is one you absolutely don't want to miss. If you live and breathe pinstripes, this update is for you. We're not talking about recycled news or distant speculation. We're diving headfirst into breaking developments that hit just hours ago. From unexpected roster moves to blazing performances and gut punch injuries, this is a pivotal moment in the Yankees season and possibly the turning point that defines our 2025 campaign. So get ready, because this episode is fully loaded and ready to deliver. Now, let's start with a move so under the radar it caught just about everyone by surprise. The Yankees pulled off a stealthy acquisition that could end up being a brilliant piece of front office chess. Bryan De La Cruz is now officially wearing Yankee colors, claimed off waivers from the Atlanta Braves. That's right, a player that Atlanta quietly tried to move off their 40-man roster is now part of the Yankees organization. No big press releases from the Braves, no media circus, just a silent transaction that didn't slip past the eyes of the Bronx front office. And here's the twist. The timing of this move isn't just coincidence. It lines up perfectly with Giancarlo Stanton being moved to the 60-day injured list due to persistent elbow issues. This wasn't just an injury update, it was a calculated roster maneuver. Stanton's absence opened up the space that De La Cruz needed, and suddenly the Yankees' depth chart shifted. It's a low-risk, high-reward play. One that shows this organization isn't waiting around hoping things go right. They're being proactive, strategic, and opportunistic. So who exactly is Bryan De La Cruz? Why should Yankees fans care about this name popping up in the news cycle? Well, let's rewind a bit. His time in Atlanta this year? Rough, no doubt about it. In 50 plate appearances, he struck out a whopping 36% of the time, hitting just .191 with a 240 on base percentage and a .213 slugging percentage. Those numbers, not pretty. That kind of production will get you buried in any lineup, especially one as crowded as Atlanta's after the return of Alex Verdugo and the arrival of guys like Eddie Rosario. But that's not the full picture. Look beyond the stat line this season and you'll find a player who has shown flashes of real value. Between 2021 and 2022, De La Cruz put up a .269 batting average, a .318 OBP, and a .430 slugging percentage with a Miami Marlins. Those numbers came with a WRC plus of 103, meaning he was producing just slightly above league average. Nothing earth-shattering, but definitely reliable. And here's something else to chew on. He absolutely mashed against left-handed pitching, batting .285 in those matchups. For a Yankees team that already features lefty swingers like Trent Grisham and Cody Bellinger, having a righty who can slot in as a platoon option adds a layer of flexibility that could prove crucial down the line, right? Now, the Yankees outfield is stacked with talent. Judge is the cornerstone. Jason Dominguez, when healthy, is the future. Bellinger and Grisham bring both power and defense. But with Stanton out of the picture for at least 2 months, the door swings open for De La Cruz to carve out a role, especially because he still has minor league options. He'll report to AAA Scranton Wilkes Barre for now, but let's be honest, if injuries strike or if he finds a groove at the plate, there's every chance we'll see him back in the big leagues wearing the pinstripes. And wouldn't that be something? A forgotten player scooped up on waivers becoming a spark for a playoff push? We've seen it before in this game. Sometimes all it takes is a change of scenery, a new coaching voice, or just the right moment of confidence. The Yankees aren't counting on De La Cruz to save the season, but they're giving him a shot. And that might be all he needs. Keep his name in your mental lineup card, because Bryan De La Cruz might just write the next great comeback story in Yankees lore. But while the front office was making moves behind the scenes, the action on the field has been even more electric. And it starts with none other than the captain himself, Aaron Judge. Folks, this isn't just a hot streak. This is a stretch of baseball that's putting Judge in rarefied air. We're talking MVP level dominance on a nightly basis. As we roll into May, Judge is batting an astronomical .427. That's right, over .400. And he's been holding that average for 8 straight games. That's not just impressive, it's historic. And get this, he's currently riding a 27-game on-base streak. Let that sink in. 27 straight games where he's either walked, singled, doubled, homered, something. And speaking of homers, he just launched his 10th of the season this past Wednesday, reaching base 4 times in the game. The 6th time he's done that this year. With 32 RBIs, he's tied for the league lead, and his 50 hits are more than anyone else in Major League Baseball. If this keeps up, we're not just talking about an all-star appearance. We're talking about another MVP campaign, and possibly one of the greatest seasons by a Yankee in modern memory. Even in close losses, like the 5-4 heartbreaker against Baltimore, Judge continues to produce. That kind of consistency isn't just rare, it's foundational. You build a championship team around players who show up night after night, and right now Aaron Judge is putting the league on notice. As manager Aaron Boone put it, we're running out of superlatives. And who can blame him? There's only so many ways to describe a guy who seems to defy logic every time he steps into the batter's box. Now, while Judge is tearing the cover off the ball, there's another name lighting it up, this time from the mound. Max Fried. What this guy's doing right now is surgical, precise, dominant. He's 5 wins and 0 losses with a jaw-dropping earned run average of 1.19. That's not just best on the team, that's tied for the best ERA in the entire American League, neck and neck with Texas lefty Tyler Mahle. But the numbers only tell part of the story. Fried has held opponents to a batting average of just .207. He's allowed 2 or fewer earned runs in every single start this season. That's consistency. That's ace-level execution. And his dominance over the Tampa Bay Rays, it's been nothing short of owning them. Across his career, Fried is 3-0 with a 0.42 ERA against the Rays. Just a couple weeks back, he nearly no-hit them through 7 2/3 innings. That's not just dominance, it's psychological warfare. When a team steps into the box already knowing the guy on the mound has their number, it changes the whole game plan. And guess what? He's facing them again. That's right. Fried is set to go up against Tampa Bay once more. And this time, it feels like the Yankees are ready to drive the dagger in. His counterpart? Ryan Pepiot, a decent pitcher in his own right with a 2-win, 3-loss record and a 4.24 ERA. But let's be honest, he's not pitching at Fried's level right now. Not even close. The stage is set, the advantage is clear, and the Bronx Bombers are ready to pounce. Looking at the standings, the Yankees sit at 18 wins and 13 losses, a strong position in a highly competitive American League East. Meanwhile, the Rays have stumbled to a 14-18 record. They're coming off a brutal series against Kansas City where they were swept and outscored 14-3. Offensively, they were ice cold, going just 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position. That's not just a bad stretch, that's a team in crisis. So what does it all mean? You got the hottest hitter in baseball in Aaron Judge. You've got one of the league's most dominant pitchers in Max Fried. And you've got a division rival limping into your ballpark. If ever there was a time to assert dominance, to stack up wins, and to start putting real pressure on the rest of the division, this is it. The Yankees are doing more than holding steady. They're evolving, adapting, responding to challenges with bold decisions both on and off the field. And while losing Stanton is no small thing, this is a guy who, even in an injury-plagued 2024, hit 27 home runs and drove in 72 runs. It's also an opportunity. Without him in the lineup, others are stepping up. The team is exploring depth options. The coaching staff is making adjustments. The front office is thinking long-term. And out of that disruption could come a story we'll be talking about for years to come. As we move forward in the season, it's clear the Yankees are embracing the challenges and opportunities that come their way. The team is not only responding to adversity, but they're also making calculated moves to ensure they stay competitive in one of the toughest divisions in baseball. Losing Giancarlo Stanton is a big blow, no question about it. This is a guy who has the potential to change a game with a single swing of the bat. But what we've seen over the past few weeks is a group of players stepping up in his absence, proving that while one player's absence is felt, it doesn't define the entire team. That's the beauty of baseball. There's always someone ready to take the spotlight. Now, while the big names have been stealing the show, let's not forget the guys flying under the radar. De La Cruz, for example, may not be the instant star some fans are hoping for, but his acquisition speaks volumes about the Yankees' strategy. The front office didn't just pick him up because of potential. They saw something they could work with. Even after a rough start to the season, there's a lot to like about a player who has proven himself at the big league level before. His numbers with the Marlins may not have been jaw-dropping, but they were solid, and his ability to hit left-handed pitching gives the Yankees some much-needed balance. With the depth of talent in the outfield, it's a smart move to add another asset to the roster, especially when you can stash him in AAA for the time being. We've all seen how quickly a player can make an impact once they get their chance. It could be De La Cruz's turn to seize the moment when the Yankees need him the most. In a season that's bound to have its ups and downs, it's this kind of thinking that could be the difference between making the playoffs and falling short. The Yankees aren't just building a team, they're building a system that can weather any storm, no matter how many key players go down. And that, my friends, is why this team is dangerous. But beyond roster moves and individual performances, what really stands out right now is the collective mentality of the Yankees. There's a quiet confidence, a sense of unity, and an understanding that everyone has a role to play. Whether it's Aaron Judge continuing his MVP caliber pace or Max Fried showing why he's one of the best pitchers in the league, it's clear that the Yankees are working together to make sure they come out on top. And let's not forget the rest of the pitching staff, which has been largely solid. The bullpen, though always a point of concern for fans, has been stepping up in a big way when called upon. There's still work to be done, but there's a feeling of stability that we haven't seen in recent seasons. Speaking of pitching, let's take a moment to appreciate the dominance of Max Fried. While Aaron Judge has been the face of the offense, Fried has quietly been one of the best pitchers in baseball. His ability to shut down the competition, especially against teams like the Rays, speaks volumes about his control and composure on the mound. It's not just about the stats. It's about his ability to perform when the stakes are highest. In a division as competitive as the American League East, having a pitcher like Fried is a game changer. The Yankees have had their share of dominant pitchers over the years, but Fried is proving that he could be one of the most important arms in the rotation for years to come. There's still a lot of baseball left to be played, and while the Yankees are in a solid position, no one is taking anything for granted. The team knows how quickly things can turn around, especially with the razor-thin margins that often separate playoff teams from the ones left watching from home. But with players like Judge and Fried leading the charge, the Yankees are in a good spot to make a deep run. The key will be staying healthy and continuing to build on the momentum they've established so far. With a combination of star power, depth, and savvy moves from the front office, the Yankees are well equipped to handle whatever challenges come their way. And if they continue to play the way they have, we could be looking at a team that's not just competitive, but one that's primed to make a real push for October. As the season progresses, all eyes will be on the Yankees to see how they handle the pressure. With so many storylines unfolding, the Bronx is buzzing with anticipation. Will Aaron Judge continue to break records and carry the team on his back? Will the new faces like De La Cruz provide the spark the Yankees need to fill the gaps left by injuries? And can Max Fried maintain his dominance on the mound, leading the Yankees to the promised land? Only time will tell. But if one thing's for sure, it's that the Yankees are in the thick of it. And whether they're navigating through the highs or battling through the lows, they're doing it with the heart, grit, and passion that has always defined this historic franchise. For now, the Yankees are in the fight, and they're not backing down. There's a long road ahead, but with the players they have and the mindset they've adopted, the Bronx Bombers are far from done. With every game, every swing, and every pitch, they're inching closer to something special. And when it's all said and done, Yankees Nation will be there, cheering on their team as they march toward what could be another unforgettable season. Stay tuned because the best might just be yet to come. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. In a groundbreaking move that has sent shockwaves through the baseball world, Shohei Ohtani, the two-way Japanese superstar, has signed a 3-year contract with the New York Yankees. The deal, which is expected to be one of the most lucrative in MLB history, promises to reshape the landscape of the sport and elevate the Yankees' aspirations for the coming seasons. Ohtani's arrival in the Bronx is a significant moment, not just for the Yankees, but for baseball as a whole. Known for his exceptional abilities both as a pitcher and a hitter, Ohtani has long been considered one of the most electrifying players in the game. His versatility, which allows him to dominate from the mound while also being a consistent power hitter, makes him an invaluable asset to any team. The Yankees, with their rich history and championship pedigree, have been searching for that one player who can propel them back to the top of Major League Baseball, and Ohtani may be the answer. This signing comes after months of speculation regarding Ohtani's future, with numerous teams vying for his services. His decision to join the Yankees, a team with a storied legacy, is a testament to the franchise's continued allure and ambition to compete for championships. Despite interest from several other high-profile clubs, Ohtani's decision to take his talents to New York indicates his desire to be part of a team with a winning tradition and the potential to contend for titles every year. For the Yankees, the addition of Ohtani is a game changer. His presence in the lineup gives the team one of the most potent offensive threats in the game, while his pitching ability adds an elite level to their already formidable rotation. Ohtani's two-way talent means the Yankees will be able to rely on him in multiple roles, enhancing their depth and flexibility. His ability to both pitch and hit at an elite level makes him an incredibly rare commodity in the sport, one that will undoubtedly cause a ripple effect across the league. Ohtani's impact off the field will also be significant. His star power is unmatched, and his global appeal will further elevate the Yankees' profile in international markets, particularly in Japan, where Ohtani is a national hero. The signing is expected to generate massive media attention and boost merchandise sales, adding a new layer of excitement to the Yankees' already immense fan base. While the exact financial terms of the contract have not been fully disclosed, reports suggest that the deal is worth upwards of $200 million over 3 years. This makes Ohtani one of the highest paid players in the game, reflecting his status as one of the most unique and valuable talents in MLB history. As the Yankees prepare for the upcoming season, Ohtani's arrival signals a new era for the team. The combination of his talent, charisma, and work ethic has the potential to elevate the Yankees to new heights, making them a force to be reckoned with in the American League. Fans and analysts alike will be closely watching to see how Ohtani's presence impacts the team's fortunes. But one thing is for sure, the New York Yankees just became an even more formidable contender for the World Series. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.